my name is Emma, this is Emma Rose in Books, and I wanted to go through my goals for 2020. I used to, maybe beginning of last year, I can't remember when I stopped doing it, I used to do quarterly goals, and then every quarter I would recap, see how many I'd managed to achieve, and then set new goals. And what I found was it was just a bit too frequent because I had too many that were kind of ongoing. And I also found it I felt like it disrupted the rhythm of my videos. It was like when it came round for another quarterly goals, I wasn't ready. I don't know, it just didn't work, so I stopped doing it. But yearly goals would definitely work, and it's just a really great way, with the new year, I think you kind of reflect and you think that way anyway. So actually making that into a video, putting it on here and being public about what my goals are for the year, it's motivating, and I'm really interested in what your goals are as well, whether they're author related, whether they're reading related, or just general personal goals. I'd really love to know what you're aiming for in 2020. So I've written a few down. These are both work things and personal things. Yeah, because it's nice to give a mix of everything I'm hoping for 2020, and then I can reflect on that in 2021, gosh. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to try and publish 2 books this year. So I released 1 book in 2018 in October, 1 book in 2019 in September. I've pushed one back that I was hoping to have ready now. It's not, it will be the summer. And I'm going to try to get one in right at the end of the year. That's the goal. So I don't know, hopefully one, because you know that one should already have been kind of ready to come out, but yeah, I didn't get it done in time. So 2 books. Do you think I can do it? I don't know. At least 1, but 2 I'm hoping for. The next thing in my work life is to start doing school visits. Now, I am an ex-teacher, so I feel like I'm really well placed to do this. I was a biology teacher for 10 years in a grammar school, so I taught age 11 to 18. And, you know, I've written a children's book now, so that gives me something to be able to talk to younger children. I feel like I can talk to older children about writing, about, you know, the process or careers, also digital marketing. Although my platforms aren't large, I just think, I mean, when I was working as a teacher, there was definitely a lot of teenagers who were at least interested in what was going on with social media and digital marketing. And I don't claim to be an expert, but I feel like I've got a lot to say in terms of my experience and what I've learned. And so yeah, there's all sorts of different angles that I feel that would be of benefit and interest in schools, also given my past experience with being a teacher. So I just feel like it's a really good way for me to go. You know, I've got the skills in lesson planning and curriculum linking and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so that's something that I have been working on. It should have been rolled out in December. I'll talk a little bit more about why everything got pushed back. But yeah, so I'm hoping to have that out soon, and being another thing that I do along with sort of writing and selling events and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a thing that I'm going to do. My next goal in terms of things I would like to do is doing bookshop events. So I've done like bookstall kind of events, so I've done like craft fairs, I've gone and done talks. I would like to go and do things in bookstores. That is all ready to roll. I've had to do a lot of admin to get that sorted. That is something I'll make a video about in the future. So watch this space. With any luck, that'll be something that's happening in the next couple of months. Yeah, so that's my next goal, to be working with bookshops, because as an indie, it's a challenge to get into bookshops. So that is something that I'd like to do and share information about. My next work goal is to make my business profitable. I see no reason in keeping it a secret that this is not profitable as of yet. And when my youngest daughter is 2, and when she goes to school, I would like to not be feeling the pressure of needing to work, like as in go to work. I would like this to be a business that is sustainable. I don't even necessarily need it to be making the kind of money that I would have been making as a teacher. I just want it to be something I can justifiably continue with. Although I will always want to still do it because I love it, but whether, as I say, financially it's viable. So this year I am working on improving the profitability of what I do as a writer, and book lover, and all of the different strands of what I do. Again, that's something that I want to be able to share with you, ways of making money out of doing this, because after all, although those of us who are indie authors here do it because we love it, because we want to do it, because we're passionate, we also would like it to be a business. So yeah, that's in 2020. I feel like I've now learned lots, and I'm ready to kind of make this work as a business. So yeah, that's another goal in 2020. And finally, work-wise, is that I want to grow my platforms. It's something that I've been doing right since the start. In fact, since the start, I've tracked how all my social media platforms are going, and it's been really interesting to see, like, as I've learned different things and as I've made different content and used social media in different ways, to see how that's changed. I like numbers, so it's something that I just like looking at numbers. Well, this is recording. For a moment I thought, oh, is this on standby? No, it is recording. Cool. And so I want to continue to grow my social media platforms. I really enjoy what I do on social media. I enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy using particularly Instagram, but I use Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and I like interacting on them, and yeah, I would like to grow all of that. And also, realistically, when I'm looking at the various ways that I make money through my business, linking it back to the last goal, I would like to link to be able to put I would like to be able to monetize my YouTube channel, which means that it's got to be bigger because the rules have changed since the old days. And so, yeah, I'd like to get to a point where I know that YouTube doesn't make masses of income, but I'd like to be able to monetize it. And yeah, just to be able to use that for digital marketing, like all of my social media. But yeah, that's another goal, to grow those, as I say, is something that I enjoy, and also something that can kind of feed back into my business. Okay, so those are my professional goals, and it'll be really interesting in 2021 to see how all of that has gone and whether I've managed to do all of those things. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot one. My final goal for my business is to be more productive. Towards the end of last year in particular, I got really procrastinating, which was one of the contributing factors towards the fact that I didn't make the dates for what I needed to. Things weren't ready, and I kind of lost momentum, is the best way to describe it. And a big part of that was that I was kind of swamped by a massive to-do list and wasn't managing it very well. And then what that meant was that when I needed to do things, I was procrastinating, because it wasn't like, right, I need to do this and this and that, and like seeing what I needed to do in a day. Even though I use a bullet journal, it wasn't working. I wasn't kind of seeing what I needed to tackle and how that added up to the bigger picture. It just felt like this kind of swampy mess. So what I've done is I have changed around how I use my bullet journal. So I've made it, it's hard to explain. I was just kind of using it in a list form, and now I'm kind of setting out weeks at a time and scheduling things in a little bit, whereas I used to kind of do it a day in advance, which just wasn't working. It did work for a time and then it stopped working. The other thing I've done is I've created a master to-do list where I keep kind of 2 pages of all the things that I need to do, and that's work and personal, and then highlight it when it's done, and then when the list gets kind of messy, then I rewrite it, and I'm using that to feed into my bullet journal. It's something I used to do way back when, and I stopped doing it because I found it overwhelming, having such a big list. But I think now that it's filtering into something else, it's not just this to-do list that I have to look through and go, oh, now it's kind of being put into bite-sized chunks of what I need to do today. I'm finding it useful as a tool to kind of go, right, what else do I need to manage to get done this week? Or, looking through, right, that needs to come off of this to-do list. And yeah, as I say, and then just rewriting it when you get to a point with a to-do list where it's like, yeah, this needs to be rewritten. Anyway, so I'm using all of that to try and be more productive, to, when I have my work days, really just get through everything I need to do, not be distracted, to get things done when they need to be done, like to schedule things in whenever I have an odd bit of time. I don't know, hard to explain, but just trying to be more productive with my time. So far so good. I mean, we're as I'm filming this, we're 7 days into the year and it's gone well, but fingers crossed it's a system that's working at the moment, and I can always change a system, but I would like for 2020 to make the best use of my time, which feeds into everything else as well. All of the other, it will help me to get books out, it will help me to grow my social media, it will help me to be more profitable, you know, all of the stuff, it feeds into all of it. So that is everything for my professional goals for the year. So then going on to personal goals, what I would like to do, first of all, is look at health and fitness. Now, when I used to do my quarterly goals, this was something that I just was one of the ones that was always rolling around. And yeah, I felt like I didn't have a lot to say, and also, I don't know, I feel kind of uncomfortable sometimes talking about things like my weight, or I don't know, I was just uncomfortable about it, I guess, and I just, yeah. Anyway, so the end of 2019, I really lost focus. I'd had a really good summer of doing lots of running and eating really well and stuff, and then it just sort of gradually plummeted, where basically by Christmas came round, I was eating a lot of mince pies. Mince pies are amazing. You have to make the most of it when they're in the shops. And not doing any exercise at all, and feeling really unmotivated. My gym membership expired. I didn't bother redoing it because I wasn't, I'd lost interest in going to the gym. I started to find it really boring. So then I got into running, and then I lost interest in running, which I do. I always do it for like a few months and I'm really into it, and then I stop, and then I start, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind the cyclical nature of my interest in it, but yeah, just by the time Christmas came around, I was doing nothing. And what I've decided to do is to try some kind of forms of exercise that I used to like in the past, and try out some new things, and like look at doing classes, kind of things, because I find that motivating. Going to the gym on my own, I tend to tread water a bit, so I need to have something where I'm like in more of a competitive environment. So I've got a few things scheduled in, which I'm really, really looking forward to just improve my fitness. I've been working on my diet, and I was really struggling with feeling really wiped out and tired and emotional and hormonal, because I just think I was completely, by the end of the year, there was just, yeah, it was just a mess. So I've been working on that, and I'm hoping for 2020 that is something I'm going to find, like regular fitness stuff that I enjoy, that I'm going to keep on top of a healthy diet, and then all of that will obviously contribute to me feeling like good about my figure and the way, because at the moment I feel like all the things that, like, I like feeling quite sort of strong and healthy, and I just don't feel like that. So yeah, I'm going to work on my health and my fitness, and try and get myself, maybe not in the shape that I was in before I had kids, because I was really super fit then, but you know, something approximating that, getting towards it would be good. And I am planning to get back into running. I've bought a new running belt thing to put my phone in, and new headphones and stuff, so that I'm like ready to go. And yeah, so I'll start doing a little bit of running as well, because I do enjoy that. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, health and fitness. And then my final goal for 2020, in terms of a family goal, I've put to create memories. I'm going to explain what I mean a little bit more. Basically, we have a tendency to get quite bogged down in the day-to-day, you know, what they need to do for school, and the clubs, and the you know, the lessons and the appointments, and they need to do this and they need to. And although we are very good at having like a rhythm to our lives, and being at the right places at the right times, I feel like sometimes that runs away with us, and we just end up like we're living this like treadmill life, and you know, that's no fun for anybody. And I want to do things that you know, don't fit into that. Just whether it doesn't have to be paid things, it doesn't have to be like trips or days out, or you know, it can just be like things like going to the park, but I just want to do more things that are out of the routine, and doing things as a family and helping the kids to bond as a sibling group, like all of that kind of stuff, because I just think it would benefit us an awful lot. And as I say, we've kind of got out of that a bit, and doing things that they enjoy at home as well, like making things, and even like watching programs together, and just stuff, just trying to create really happy memories for them, of silly things and fun things, and but you know, stuff that's out of the regular, right, we need to be here then, and all that kind of thing. It's the best way I can describe it, really. It's more like almost an emotion rather than a specific, we're going to do this, this and this, but kind of having ideas on what would we like, and well, let's do that then, and just, yeah. So I think that would be really kind of, as a family attitude, would be really great. So those are the things that I am personally working towards for 2020. I will revisit this next year and set new goals. Like I said at the beginning, please do let me know what your goals are, whether they're work goals, personal goals, reading goals. Or did I mention? I don't think I mentioned. I'll add in at the end that I have set a Goodreads goal of reading 60 books this year. I read 54 last year, I read 40 something the year before, and yeah, and I really feel like I have a sense of what books I like now. That sounds ridiculous probably, but I definitely, when I look at, because I never rated books before I started like my booktube and bookstagram and all of that, so I've got more of a sense of the kind of books that I actually enjoy. And so I'm going to aim to read lots of things that I like, which means that I'll read lots. So yeah, 60 books is my aim. We shall see. But yeah, let me know if you do you use Goodreads. My links are below. But have you set reading goals, or have you set whatever? What are you doing? What are you doing? And it might help me be productive for, you know, I might steal some of them. So anyway, please like if you did enjoy this video. Please subscribe for more videos about reading, writing, and other kind of life bits and pieces. And yeah, I'll see you all for my next video. Take care.